Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and deceased. It is I, Emily Sophia, aka Mighty Sophia, here to break down for you guys The Walking Dead, Season 6, Episode 10, The Next World, I believe it is. So, spoiler alert before I dive into the mad thick of things, as I shall be bearing all in this review. I apologize preemptively because I actually tried to film this review a small while ago, and I am sick and I had a terrible coughing fit, so I have taken NyQuil. I don't know what kind of effect that's going to have on this review, but I'm doing it anyway because I love you guys and because we have some pretty cataclysmically exciting events to discuss, which I will begin to get into now. So my heart is in another realm right now. As I can well imagine, many of your hearts are. I am feeling an emotion that is all too strange and unfamiliar to me in the context of the show. What is it exactly? Joy? Transcendent happiness? Euphoria? Fulfillment? I am feeling all of those things. At present, I have wanted Rick and Michonne to be a thing, an item, a couple, an everlasting duo of love since I think season 4. I have really been craving that pairing, but I don't even know that I've talked about it all that much in my past reviews that I've done of this show. It's almost as if I fear that talking about it too much or even feeling it too strongly at the forefront of my being will prompt the writers to do something terrible that will leave my head and heart on a pike, driven through, devastated, destroyed, dreams crushed. And so I have quietly hoped and waited, and this moment finally came to be at the end of the episode, and I am so excited. I have loved the chemistry between the two of them and the way that their characters have intertwined, and I mean, their relationship makes leagues more sense than Rick's relationship with Jesse, which was born out of a really twisted set of circumstances, and so it is so refreshing to see the two of them finally come together in a romantic fashion. I think it works. I am currently in the grand Lion King musical number of Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Because, I mean, let me ask you, can you feel the love tonight? Because I am feeling the love tonight. I could kiss and hug all of you right now just to express that. Very, very excited. So this was one big moment of an episode which was filled with a lot of charm and fun, and I just had a really damn good time, and I hope that you guys did too. I mean, for one thing, we got to see Rick and Daryl go all Dukes of Hazzard meets Boondock Saints meets whatever the crap you want to call them. You know, they go scavenging together, misadventures ensue, they meet Jesus, and eventually drag him back to Alexandria for, who knows what consequences that is going to reap. But ultimately, they play this great game of cat and mouse with some bearded kung fu Jesus man. And that, to me, I think is the funniest thing that the show has pulled out of its hat so far. I mean, we are so constantly enshrouded in doom and gloom and despair that this episode in particular stuck out so much and in such a good way. I was just so happy. I was ready for the worst to transpire like 5 minutes in. And I mean, they certainly presented Rick and Daryl with a bit of a problem in the form of this Jesus dude, but he's really kind of a fun adversary. I don't know exactly who he's tagging along with and why exactly he was found hovering over the lover's consummated bed at the end of the episode with Rick and Michonne jumping up butt-ass naked in front of this guy. I don't know what's going around the corner, but I love it. I love this episode. Even the subplots themselves were pretty strong. I mean, we got to see both Michonne and Maggie kind of acting as patron saints to the wayward souls of Alexandria. We had a brief conversation between Maggie and Enid, with Maggie trying to pull Enid back into the community and to give her a place and a space and a home and all that stuff. And then that ended up leading to Enid no longer wanting to join Carl in the woods to be kids and read comics and stuff. She was finally growing weary of that. And then meanwhile, Michonne found Deanna's son Spencer in the woods with a shovel, meandering about. And she, too, was trying to help him find his place and space in the community, and to realize that even with the loss of his family, that there's maybe still something he can come back to. And then those two subplots intertwine with the actual VIP walker of Deanna, of course. You could tell she was going to be a big player when they didn't actually show her face the first time around, and they kind of held that off from us. But I think that it all worked really effectively to portray the mourning over the major losses that were sustained in the mid-season premiere and then the mid-season finale, of course. Those two paired episodes that were pretty dang explosive, pretty lethal for a lot of people. And so instead of having to pick up where things left off in this episode, we get a 2-month gap. That was, honestly, it was really good to just get to see how people are living, how they're making do, how friendships are, and just the humor and the levity of it all while they're trying to build this community it's just so good. I mean, savor that stuff, because we are not going to be lingering in these happy lands for very long. But nonetheless, I am quite appreciative of things that transpired. And also, too, I thought that we were going to have to go through a long recovery period with Carl, but we see that he's living the one-eyed Cyclops lifestyle just fine, you know, and he's looking at constellations with his baby sister, and he's promising Michonne that if she returned, he would kill her. I mean, just the sweetest stuff, man. What more could you ask for? Yeah, so going back to stuff with Daryl and Rick, and Rick's worldview has been pretty much flipped upside down. I mean, a time or two that has happened in his past as kind of a leader of the different communities that that he has been in. And so, I mean, he's saying now, like, hey, let's actually get people into this community now that it's kind of a thing and we're making life happen. And Daryl is kind of cautiously optimistic about that. I mean, he was one of the first people to serve as a recruit for Alexandria and to try and find new people. But seeing Rick come on board with that, it provides an even more solid basis for the long-term friendship that the two of them have shared. And then at the same time allows them to encounter this Jesus guy who really gives them a run for their money. And just the antics between the three of them were such a pleasure to watch. And even with losing all of those supplies, and you think of the implications of that, you know, they got some Orange Crush soda out of the vending machine that Jesus made off with the first time that he stole her truck. So there were happier twists. And also interesting now to see that Denise and Tara are a full-fledged couple. There were still a lot of characters that we didn't get to see in this week's episode, but all of that is so gloriously overshadowed by bringing Rick and Michonne together. I am not going to refer to their shipping couple name because it's already all over Twitter and every social media outlet on the planet. I'm not going to go there. I'm going to let you all go there. But express your love for their love however you freaking choose. It is worth it. They truly are a power couple. And I mean, I know now that we've had this happy downtime to kind of see where everybody's at, to see the community that they're building. I know now that this spells out immediate turmoil in the next episode, but this is a great change of pace. I would love to see more episodes like this down the line that, you know, are a bit more focused, but also a bit lighter too, where we just see people living. They can't constantly be wallowing in despair and misery and grief, right? I mean, I personally would like to have the chance to watch this show and to laugh and to relish the love of my beloved apocalyptic babies that have finally found their place in one another's hearts. It's just a good time, my friends. So what did you guys think of this episode? What did you enjoy? How thrilled are you to see Rick and Michonne become a thing? Or not thrilled, I guess. I mean, if you are of that persuasion. But yeah, and it's quite funny on Twitter tonight. I had just one single tweet about Rick and Michonne completely blow up. So I'm gonna have to sleep with my phone on the other side of the room tonight because I don't know. People are excited. I'm excited. We're all excited together, and I just want to hug and kiss you all because such love in my heart. So yeah, this was cool, refreshing, funny. I dug it a lot. I had a great time. I felt like I could breathe during the commercial breaks. It's a whole new world, my friends. So anything that I missed, please bring up in the comments below. I'd be happy to address that. Check out your thoughts. But okay, I'm going to enter another coughing fit soon, so I'm going to go. But I love you guys so much. And as always, I will be back before you know it.